Welcome to Transits Friday. So let's have a look at what's happening astrologically this week until next Friday, the 9th of February. So basically, just cutting the story short, I'm going to talk about Mercury shifting signs and the new moon as well. So we're headed towards the new moon, which will be happening next Friday. So this is the build up for that new moon, or rather the closing end of the last new moon that we had in January. So about 3 weeks ago, we had a new moon in Capricorn. So now we're heading towards a new cycle. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. I'm still not really feeling great. And I'm really grateful to all the well wishes that you've been sending towards me. It definitely made my day when I read it, even if it took me a couple of days to reply. It was just really sweet and really nice. To see those messages is just, positive energy, really, basically. And so yeah, I'm still not feeling amazing. I'm on day 2 of my cycle as well. So I'm also having that sense of tiredness chucked in the mixture as well. So this week has been a lot about recovery for me. And yeah, just trying to get better, really. I had a barbecue with friends, which I thought I shouldn't go, but I did, and it was wonderful. I really see how laughing can help us as well. And sometimes that's all we need, right? A bit of love and laughter with your friends and loved ones and whatnot. So tell me, how was your week? What have you been up to? We're really literally right now having the last quarter today. So that's the last quarter will be Scorpio to the sun in Aquarius as well. So yeah, moment of closure of the previous cycle. So let me know how you're doing, what's going on. By the way, I'm Fernanda Paiva Hitchhiking Stars. If you've been following me, that's great. And it's really nice to see you. And if this is your first time, welcome. So let's talk about the transits, which is what we want to talk about in this video. So as I mentioned, this is the last quarter, so it's a sense of closure, a sense of finishing something and beginning something else as well. So it's perfect for clearing, cleaning, letting go, moving on, leaving things behind and etc. This week for the next few days. But mainly, let's move on to what I want to talk about. So this is Sunday the 4th, and we have Mercury at 29 already. And so here we are on the 5th. That's when Mercury moves to Aquarius. So the catch here as well with Aquarius season this year and potentially for the next few years. But mainly the difference of these Aquarian age, this Aquarian season, and all the planets that are following and moving into Aquarius as well. So next we're gonna have Mars and Venus also moving to Aquarius, etc. Is that as it moves into Aquarius, it will also conjoin Pluto. So we have an emphasis of that Pluto in Aquarius. We have an emphasis on Aquarius, and we have a kind of an intensity to the energy of the planet that's moving to Aquarius now because of Pluto as well, because it's also a conjunction to Pluto. So with all of that said, with Mercury moving to Aquarius and conjoining Pluto as well, we might have intense thoughts, intensity in our communication as well. Some energy here for us to navigate. And again, this is constructive astrology, is all about using astrology to create the life that you want to live rather than using this to be scared and fear mongering and whatnot. So that Mercury Pluto conjunction really could be a great time to go deeper into any patterns, anything that we've been doing that we're not so sure why we keep on doing, that maybe we should change and move on, or something that we're ready to really get past, that we can become more consciously, intellectually speaking, because that's what Mercury represents as well. So that's something that we can pay attention to, excuse me, on the 5th, particularly on the 5th when the conjunction will be happening. So this is one of the main things that will be happening this week. And then I'm just gonna jump straight into the new moon. So here we are, the 9th of February. That's when we have the new moon. It will be happening at 20 degrees Aquarius. So find out where 20 degrees Aquarius is in your chart. If you know, let me know. Write down in the comments. And what are your plans with setting intentions as well for this new cycle? Now, what's particularly interesting for me in relation to this new moon is that it is a kind of a second cycle of the year. We have the first one in January with that new moon at 20 degrees Capricorn. And they're sort of communicating a little bit as every lunar cycle does in general. But the last new moon was a square to the lunar nodes. So if you want to have a look, there's a video. I'll link to this one as well, so you can have a look at what the last new moon was about. But it was in square to the lunar nodes. And so there's something about evolution, of forcing a sense of evolution, making sense about where we're coming from, where we headed towards as well, and in special to the sense of individuality and, empowering ourselves individually, which is what that North Node in Chiron is about, and it has been going on for a while already. Now, that new moon was also enshrined to Uranus. So we have a slight difference in this new moon because this new moon is in square to Uranus. So we don't have a trine, we have a square now. And it's also not in square to the nodes, but in a trine to the trine and sextile to the nodes. So the 20 degrees Aquarius is sextile to the 17th Aries, where the North Node is, and in trine to the 17th Libra. So there could be, what this reflects here in the context of constructive astrology, which is what I do here. And forgive my foggy mind a little bit today. A little bit under the weather. But what this Aquarian, on the Aquarius Libra, Aquarius Aries here, what we can think about is being intellectually a little bit more aware, being more reflective on our path, being more rational about where we are. Whereas the new moon in Capricorn is a bit more hands on. Let's do the work. Let's take action as well, because there's a cardinal sign. I think with this new cycle, with the new moon in Aquarius, there's a lot about reflection as well. There's a lot about understanding where we headed and communicating it potentially as well with Mercury already in Aquarius. But the square to Uranus add a bit of an unexpected element to this lunar cycle as well. And I think, Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius as well. So share some of the themes of Aquarius. So there's a sense of not wanting to compromise a little bit as well, even though there's a sextile and a trine to the nodes and a trine to the South Node in Libra. I think the square to Uranus does add an element of rebellion here. And this lunar cycle being less traditional, less, I'm going to do what I have to do, which is what the past lunar cycle is about, and more about, hold on a minute, do I actually want to get involved in this? Do I actually want to be spending my time in this way? And in special regarding to groups of people, to groups of like-minded people, groups of friends as well. How is that for you? That area will be under the spotlight. Obviously, especially if you have that new moon happening in your 11th house. And that's where I'm coming at as well here, which is, where is 20 degrees Aquarius for you? And where is 19 degrees Taurus as well? Is this picking up your chart in any way? Do you have any planets around those degrees or not? Because that will give us more clue. Remember, the more you add your personal information, your natal chart into whatever it is that we're looking into, the more meaning you can get. The more precise you can go in your interpretations as well. The more insight you can gather from all of these information. So it's really important to add this element of the personal chart there. But find out where is that and how much more insight you can get. Mercury will also be in square to Jupiter here, so it could be big ideas, but it could also be big ideas that might not be necessarily grounded in reality, because it's a square. So you might be overdoing a little bit. You might be exaggerating a little bit during this lunar cycle. So something to watch, something to keep an eye on. right? But it could be great for reclaiming your sense of freedom, reclaiming your sense of what you actually really want to do as well, with that rebelliousness, rather than just doing it because of peer pressure and because you have to, or you feel that you have to. So that's an interesting side to this lunar cycle. I am planning to do a video on where this new moon will be falling in the houses based on the ascendant. So I really want to post that next week. Hopefully once I'm a little bit better. I'm back home now. You can see the background. So I'm just slowly getting back in the rhythm, in the swing of things, and rearranging the house in a way that I like, and etc. So I lent the space to my brother for a few weeks, and now he's gone. So I can dominate it back. Make it mine. Anyhow, okay, so this is it. This is the main thing that's gonna be happening this week. As usual, with new moons, it is a good time to rest, which is what I'm gonna be trying to do. I do have a lot of work to do as well, so I'm gonna try to do that as well. Um, excuse me, maybe do a lot of writing in bed. Doing a little bit of both. But it is a wonderful time to rest and to take it easy and to go back to yourself. It's a bit of a high priestess moment with the new moon. So I hope you have the chance to do that and catch up with yourself and make the most of these energies to find out what sort of intentions you want to set with the coming new moon so you can align yourself with the cycles in the best way that you can. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week, very insightful and restful and peaceful as well. And I'll be seeing you all next week. Bye bye now. Take care.